welcome to Marie's Wedding lesson number 3. This is our last free lesson. I'm so glad you've joined all my free lessons, and I really hope to see you in lesson 4 because I've got a little red box highlighted on my sheet music, which you can see in the link below, and I got a few different cool ending options for you for how to end off this first line. But in any case, this lesson we're talking about bar 3. So as you'll hear, we have 4 even notes. So we have 4 eighth notes. None of them are dotted or cutted. So these 4 notes should all be the same length. One shouldn't be longer than the others. And that's a really key with this rhythm. Our first note is on the E. And it's got a doubling on it. So we better back up a note to that F so we can talk about how to get from that F to the E. If you're not doing a doubling or any embellishments, you're just simply going to drop down from the F. You drop down 1 finger to the E. So you're just dropping down 1 finger from F to E. If you want to get there with a grace note, a little bit easier than a doubling. So you're going to lift up that G finger. Second finger comes down, first finger comes down, and then the second finger does its own up and down if you're doing the doubling. If you're not doing the doubling, you don't have to worry about that second up and down with that finger. So here's the grace note. And there's the doubling. So whatever way you choose to get to that E, once you're on that E is the downbeat. When you tap your foot down, that's the E. When your foot comes up at its highest point, the upbeat, that's going to be our next note, the D. No embellishment to get to that D, which is a bit nice. So from E to D, just dropping down the ring finger, and at the same time that bottom hand, pinky comes down, all the other fingers come up. That's E to D. And then from D down to B, so D to B, we can get there with a doubling, but if you're not getting there with a doubling, all you're going to do is drop down the top 2 fingers of the bottom hand and lift up that pinky finger. If you're getting there with that G grace note, you got to lift up that top finger, do the transition, then the top finger comes down. If you're doing the doubling, you need to drop down using that G grace note, get down to that B, and then the second grace note of the doubling is going to be up and down with that top finger of the bottom hand. And then we pop right back up to the D. Again, no embellishment on this one, so that's an easy one. So again, 2-4 march, we have 2 beats in the bar. The quarter note gets the beat. In this bar, we have no quarter notes. We just have eighth notes. But they're all even. None are dotted and cutted. So our first eighth note, that E, gets a beat. And then we're on the upbeat for the next eighth note. And then our B gets a beat. And then we're on the upbeat for our next eighth note. So in this case, both D's are on the upbeat. So when your foot's tapping, your foot's up in the air on the upbeat. When your foot's tapping down, actually hitting the ground, or the metronome is sounding, that's the downbeat. And that's when we play each of those 2 doublings, or the E and the B, if you're not playing the doubling. So I'll just tap my chanter so you can hear that. Again. And let's put this all together with lessons 1, 2, and we'll string it all together. And again, I really want to see in lesson 4, because I got some cool different ending options to how to end out this line. And we can make it simple, or we can add a little bit of zest to it, and I'll give you both options in lesson 4. But in any case, you can click on the workshop link below if you want to check that out and see me in lesson 4. But let's string together this lesson 1, 2, and 3 so you can hear it, and you'll really hear Marie's Wedding coming through. One more time, nice and slow, then I'll play it a bit quicker. And one more time, here it is a little bit faster. Can't wait to see you in lesson 4. Until then, happy piping.